In this video, we're going to restore a heavily worn slat with Con-Korite by rebuilding the broken edges and deteriorated surface. This slat wear is a very common problem in pork production, typically found where nasty compounds build up and pig traffic around the feeders break down and destroy concrete. Con-Korite Extra Repair Mortar is a great place to start when considering this type of repair. It's a trowelable mortar with excellent vertical stability to aid in forming edges without the use of forms. Perfect for rebuilding slat edges even down to rebar. Most importantly, Con-Korite is not a Portland-based product, but instead uses a highly refined, slow-heated pure cement. Pure cement technology means that Con-Korite has greater density, bond, and strength properties, with a final PSI rating that is more than double that of typical repair mortars. These compact particles in Con-Korite also help deter penetration and damage from moderately high levels of corrosive compounds. To get started, we have assembled all we need to blend and apply a small batch. A trowel and mud hog for placing, forming edges, and finishing the surface. A brush or roller to saturate the surface with KB25 acrylic resin, a variable speed drill with an attached prop mixer to thoroughly blend our components, hand and eye protection gear, a spray bottle of water to moisten our tools for finishing, a broom head to create an optional non-slip version of the repair, measuring containers for accurately blending our components, and last but not least, Con-Korite. For this demonstration, we are pulling from a plus kit, as it includes everything else we need to rebuild the slat edges. Inside the Con-Korite Plus kit, we find a 55-pound bag of pure cement mortar, a 2-quart container of KB25 acrylic resin, set control for slowing down the set time of the mortar when needed, and detailed guidelines on how to mix and install the product. Always take a close look at these guides before planning or beginning any repair project. And, conveniently, we can use the kit's pail to mix our mortar. We won't need the set control for this video, so we'll set it aside and get started. Our mix ratio for this type of repair will be at 1 parts liquid to 3 or 4 parts mortar. First, we will pre-blend our liquids for our batch. This will consist of 1 part of KB25, which enhances bond and wearability, and 2 parts water. We blend these thoroughly with a mixing stick or using the prop mixer at a very slow speed, and then pour it into the pail. Now we measure off our Con-Korite, starting our mix with 3 parts of mortar, add to the pail with the blended liquids, and set aside a 4th part of mortar to slowly add in while mixing until we reach a perfect consistency. Using the variable speed drill and prop, we thoroughly blend the mortar and liquids together in the pail. Mix for a couple minutes and check for consistency. The consistency we have here could be used in other situations, but we are looking for a heavier build that will stay vertical. So we begin mixing again, adding small amounts of Con-Korite to the blend until we have a heavier, trowelable consistency that will stand up on its own even inside the pail. Mix until uniform with the dry mortar no longer visible. Con-Korite should be applied to a moisture-saturated surface. This can be water or, to maximize bonding with the repair surface, KB25, straight or blended with water. For this demo, we'll use straight KB25 from the remaining 2-quart container we got out of the Plus kit. We can roll or brush this on liberally, just making sure that we don't leave behind any standing liquids. Placing the Con-Korite on the surface, we can see the firm, formable consistency of our mix. Using 2 trowels or a trowel and mud hog to form edges, we pull the mortar down and into place, creating a uniform corner where the surface and side of the slat should meet. If any areas are low, we can drop in a small amount of mortar and pull out evenly. If the mix crumbles, it's too dry, and if it sags or droops after placing, it's too wet. But we have a perfect mix here, so once everything is in place, we will leave the mortar alone several minutes to tack up before we begin to finish the surface. For a smooth finish, we will lightly wet our trowel with the spray bottle and pull the mortar out flat, using as few passes with the trowel as possible for optimum finish results. When a non-slip or textured surface is required, we can use a moistened, stiff bristled broom. Pull it across the surface to leave behind the desired texture to add slip-resistant texture or in preparation for epoxy systems. So we just made a long-lasting repair to a severely eroded slat, easily restoring its edges with Con-Korite Extra and pure cement technology. Check back regularly for new videos where we diagnose other common issues and how to choose and install the proper VSC product to repair, protect, and restore all your concrete and metal surfaces. Thank you.